going today? We're here visiting from Canada, visiting Phoenix, Arizona, taking a break from the winter to come down to Barrett-Jackson auction. My brother's selling his 72 Vet down here, and I figured since I'm down here, what better time than to maybe try to rent a Hellcat. And just so happens we came across this 2020 Hellcat Redeye with the wide body. Guys, this car is absolutely amazing. I thought you guys might think it was interesting checking out what it was like from an RT owner's perspective of what the top tier model Challenger was like, what my impressions are. So guys, I think this would be one hell of a fun video, and I'm super excited to take you guys on the ride with me because this car is unbelievable. This car is unreal. Words can't describe. This is a great ride. So anyways, let's get into it. Okay guys, inside the 2020 Hellcat Challenger Redeye Widebody, I've got the missus with me. We made the trek down together to go check out Barrett-Jackson. So the cool thing about this review is she is going to be along for the ride, and the cool thing is she's very familiar with riding along in my car. If you're not familiar with my car, it's a 2009 Challenger RT that I have put an HRT Stage 2 cam in. We're sitting at about 485-ish crank horsepower. So she's very familiar with that car and that power level, so she's going to get a chance to check out the power level of this and just how different it is too. So it's kind of cool to get two people's perspective. Plus, she kind of yells more than I do. So...
it's more like screaming.
Kind of screams. This car sounds absolutely amazing though, guys. This car sounds amazing. Okay. So drive modes. Let's go into sport.
Should figure out where we're going.
Okay, sport mode. Okay, you ready? We're gonna do a bit of a pull.
Oh God, okay.
Here we go. A little bit of a pull, nothing crazy. Spinning a little, lost.
It's hard to get traction.
It's hard to get traction, yeah. It sounds amazing. That Supercharger. God. And the pull is just serious pull. Coming from a manual car, I've driven a few cars with the 8-speed automatic transmission. The 8-speed automatic is an amazing transmission. Like if I was going to have an automatic, the 8-speed is the one to get. It's just... God, that's amazing.
It's a fun road for it.
Not only that, the car handles really well. Like it just feels like super flat and super just in control in these corners. Like I know people knock the Challengers for being big and heavy and not being able to handle, but I mean, coming up like a bit of a windy road like this, you could have all the fun in the world on a road like this, no problem. It's definitely not going to hold you back. The car feels like very planted and very settled. I mean, I'm sure it's not as nimble as like a Camaro or Mustang because they're smaller, but at the same time, like it doesn't, on a road like this, which is a fun road to drive, honestly, it really doesn't feel like it holds it back at all. I can only give it like quarter to half throttle, really. And it pulls so hard, even at just like half throttle.
I just love, like as a passenger, how comfortable it is.
They're super comfy.
Like, yeah, like you could easily do a long road trip in this and be comfortable.
It's always been one of the strengths of the Challengers for sure. Chargers too, for that matter. Let's go from about 30 and
you really feel when it kicks in there.
it pulls hard.
Yeah.
This car is unbelievable. Unbelievably fun to drive. To be able to cruise along super comfy, like we've got ventilated seats on right now,
this is amazing.
which is pretty amazing. Air conditioned running and nice comfy cruise, super manageable, not like old school muscle cars where you'd be ripping along at like 3,000 RPM to cruise on the highway, and it's just like totally unruly. And
there's a cool bird over there. Sorry.
whereas you can just cruise super comfortably, and then when you want to hammer it, just hammer it.
Those
No,
wild horses?
could be.
I feel like those are the wild horses they have around here.
It definitely could be.
Oh my gosh. So back there is a really cool bird right on a cactus right off the side of the road. Highway.
It's definitely a lot more level and flat and seated than my Challenger. Mine's got the old like 2009 suspension where, and especially for the RT model, it was like quite soft. It was noticeably softer than the SRT8s at the time, and even after that they improved the SRT8's handling and the RT's handling. So mine is like considerably softer than this. This car is like surprisingly quite flat, like going around corners and stuff. Like it's not a small car, it's a big car, but at the same time it'll easily take these corners at like an okay speed. It doesn't take away from the fun factor, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's nice. Probably almost adds to it.
Factory Superchargers aren't loud, like they designed them to not be loud.
Right.
And Dodge made it so theirs is like the loudest. Like the
purposely
Camaro
made it louder?
Yeah, the Camaro has the ZL1, which is their supercharged kind of, it's like what's kind of competing with the,
Oh my god.
I barely got into it. It's their version of of what's competing with the Hellcat or whatever, but like the Supercharger is super quiet.
Right.
Like you just hear engine noise and stuff more than the Supercharger. It takes a lot to actually push it to hear it, whereas the Dodge figured they'd make the Supercharger just in your face. I love it. It's so cool.
That's awesome.
It sounds so good. First time I drove a Hellcat was a manual Hellcat, just a regular manual Hellcat. And immediately what I thought was cool was how easy it was to drive it gently, like just driving through the parking lot and kind of getting out to the road and stuff. It was like super manageable and super gentle until you jumped on it. And this car is the same thing. Like it's just a super nice daily driver until you get into it, and then look out. Quick pull. I could see why people
use it.
Well, not only that, like crash these cars like often, because if you don't understand the power or respect the power, like it takes nothing, like you'd be sideways like immediately.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of people say that that's the kind of the drawback of getting a Hellcat, is just the fact that you can't use the power on the street, and they're totally right. I can't push the pedal down more than half without like being over. Like it's not like my car or a Scat Pack or something where you can put it to the floor and really use all of the power that you have. Like you can't at all.
You are limited in where you can do that.
I can barely get into it. I gotta be careful and get out of it really quick. Not only that, I don't want to wreck this guy's tires either. Tires are so bloody expensive. It's so fun though. It just sounds so amazing. Well, sad day today. They've got to take the Hellcat back. Gotta say, just having one day with the car, absolutely amazing. Just gives such a really good perspective on it, having it for an entire day and getting to live with the car and just feeling what it would be like to live with the car gives you a really good perspective on it. I got to quickly drive one for a quick ride before, which was super fun, but it's a little different when you get it for the whole day. I just get to feel just kind of what it's like day to day with a car like this. And I mean, I guess the question of whether or not you really need 797, 800 horsepower, I mean, maybe you don't, but it sure is a lot of fun and just an amazing car regardless, I suppose.
Oh, great. Might feel a little different than what does my car have? 150?
Yeah, something like that,
149 horsepower?
Something like that.
Weird.
Oh, that's true.
Oh my god, yeah, those brakes are gonna take a little getting used to. You in your way?
You're good, yeah. You're clear.
Good little birdies. Kitty cat's coming.
At the stop sign.
Give it a little bit if you want. We got a red light.
Oh my god.
Stay in the left 2 lanes.
Damn. It is so pretty.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Like everything is set out so well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely kind of a driver sort of layout.
Yeah. Like it's so, I really like it. You can't really get a feel for this from that.
Yeah,
seat.
that's true.
You don't really get how it all like flows. It's so sad to drive it so slow.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for letting me drive that.
You bet.
That's so fun.
That is super fun. Whether you need a Hellcat Redeye like the 797 horsepower, definitely not. It's kind of a weird amount of power because you can't really put the power all the way down to the ground, especially around town. Like there's no way I could ever actually properly floor it, not even close. So if this was a car that I owned, this was my daily driver, I mean, it's comfortable enough to daily drive, but you'd have to get used to the fact that you couldn't ever floor it around town. You'd be giving it about half throttle before you're immediately over the speed limit. And you're still breaking traction like that. It's a little different. Whereas with my car or with a Scat Pack, you can actually pin it to the floor. You're still gonna probably spin. You still have a lot of spinning and stuff like that, but at least you get the full range of your accelerator pedal around town. Anyways, I think on the freeway is where this car is a huge difference between, say, a Scat Pack. The amount of air and the amount of legs that it has up top is just unreal. That supercharger and stuff is no joke. What an amazing day. I'm sad to have to take the car back because this was absolutely amazing. It's pretty damn cool to see what the absolute top of the line offering in a Challenger is, and just how absolutely insane it is. I mean, I know you see the horsepower figures on paper, and they are just make you do a double take, but it's another thing completely to get behind the wheel of it for a day. I'm just still blown away. What an amazing day. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll catch you later. Cheers.